Let's get it. Let's get it. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Pray you all are having an amazing day. Let's go over UJ. Not UJ. EJ. It is currently 6:48 in the morning. Woke up today, so can't do nothing. First things first is give God thanks. And just be grateful, to be alive. So let's get over. Let's go over this current EJ trade that I'm in right now. Just wanted to show this current position. This is gonna be definitely a very very beautiful trade right now. Basically a break even at this point, but I do want to break everything down for a second. So definitely some gems in this one. If anybody knows me and knows the way that I trade, I say this in almost every single trade. Like it happens all the time. I see this so many times, so often. And I constantly will do the same thing over and over and over again, even though it doesn't happen every single time. I've seen more times than not where this happens. So let's just do a full top-down analysis breakdown real quick. And then I'll go over everything about the position. So starting off on the 4-hour time frame, one thing that I noticed, and it did the exact same thing here, and it did the exact same thing again here. So price was in this overall range right here, where price was not breaking above, breaking below. It broke above and then came right back below. So I have my key areas marked off here, here, down here, and then down here as well. So once the key areas are marked off, let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. Actually, let's go to the 15-minute time frame or 5-minute time frame just so I can show you what I'm talking about. But this is the scenario that I've seen happen so many times over and over and over and over and over again. When price is in a range, as you can see, this is, let me go to a better time frame so it looks a little bit cleaner to explain right here. So price was coming to price was coming to the lows, then coming up to the highs right here, rejecting the highs, coming back down to the lows, rejecting the highs, coming back down to the lows. And as you can see, price came down and it created this lower high, and it didn't come all the way back up to here. I've seen more times than not, it doesn't happen every single time, but more times than not, price will just drop from there. And as you can see, price finally broke out of this range, came back, retested, dropped. I didn't catch this one right here because I was trading gold and I wasn't focusing on EJ. I was focused on gold when I caught this buys on gold. But when price came down, same exact thing, rinse and repeat. As you can see, look at this. Price was in this consolidation range in a downtrend. And as you can see, price was rejecting the highs, rejecting the lows, rejecting the highs, rejecting the lows. And then price came up. It didn't come up into this range this time. Price came down and started rejecting, this resistance range. So that was enough confirmation for me when I go to the lower time frames. All I got to simply do is wait on that candlestick entry to get into the trade. So I have all the confluences. The foundation of the trading is market structure. We know the market structure is bearish. Check. Confluence number 2 is the key area. Price is trading at a key area. Check. Especially when it was at like this resistance range. This is still a key area right here. I just don't have it marked off because I'm trying to keep my charts as clean as I possibly can. Like mainly just only having my 4-hour zones and 1-hour zones, even if the 1-hour zones. I just want to use my eyes for a lot of the things to get a lot more better with just flowing with market structure and understanding market structure and not needing a bunch of lines and extra stuff on the screen, right? So this is a key area, check. And then the candlestick entry, all I simply did was just wait on the candlestick entry, which was right here. I actually got multiple entries. I split up the positions. So my stop loss was originally up here. Now at this point in time, I'm moving my stops to break even. So this is a risk-free trade because if price can maintain, since price broke below this area of key area support, now I don't have to have my stop loss way above here no more. I can have my stop loss above here because this was support, and if price doesn't hold as resistance, then price could easily, this could be an overlap. Price could break back above here, retest, and it continue to go higher from here. And at that point in time, I'll just take the hit because I have a much bigger target in mind down into this 158,700. So for my entries, my first entries were right here. When I entered this position, I just waited on this bearish candlestick, entered, had my stops above here to give it some breathing room. I didn't put my stop loss super duper tight right here because I wanted to give price to fluctuate, and I also wanted to scale in more to the position. And as you can see, price came up, and once price gave me this rejection right here, I decided to enter some more positions once again right here. And then my stops was originally above here, and as you can see, price came down, rejected it, lower high, and broke below. And this was the scenario that I looked at, that scenario-based thing that I always do. Two major gems was, the first gem was that when price is in a range, and the second major gem is like the most important thing to me. Is for one, I don't care about the profit, but it's the way that I manage my trade. So as this candle was forming, I gave myself 3 scenarios. If this candle were to close as a bearish candlestick, I'm holding all all of the positions, which is what happened. If price would have closed as a rejection candlestick, I'm gonna close some of the positions and let the other one run. But if price would have came down here and closed as like a full bullish candlestick, I'll close all of the positions and look to get back in later. Meaning because it's like you can always get back in. Like if price were to like get break, you could have easily, price can break below, retest, and continue to go down like from right here. I didn't add another position. Let me take this off for a second. I didn't add another position right here. I just didn't. Like obviously I could have, but I just didn't add another position. I'm still in all of the positions because price gave me that bearish candlestick, and my stops are above the resistance range as well. So I'm not gonna give back too much profit right here at this point in time because it's like price is only about 10 pips away, and it's like 10 pips is still a decent amount of pips, but it's still prices. I'm not about to like look at it from this aspect. I'm not about to give back this much right here. I'm not about to try to make this much to give back this much. That doesn't make sense. Why 16 pips to give back 16 pips to make an extra 8 pips? No, I'm not about to give that back. So how I'm gonna do this is manage this trade accordingly. So I'm going to trail my stops pretty aggressively here. So I'm gonna manage this. So I'm gonna start closing a few positions if I start to see some rejections right now. So let me actually just monitor this on a 1 minute time frame. And as you can see, there's a big drop. Now my stop losses are going above here. But once again, I'm not giving back all of this profit at this point in time right here. As we can see, let me go to here real quick. As you can see, price is damn near here at my TP. Me personally, I don't care about trying to get every last one of the pips. So for me, what I'm going to do here soon is close most of the positions and just let one position run, depending on how this candle forms. Since price is like basically here, I'm going to go ahead and close 2 positions depending on how this 1 minute candle closes. Just going to monitor this for a second. Stay with me. We're going to do this live together. See what we get here. Okay, cool. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and close 2 positions. So I just closed 2 positions, and I'm going to let the other one run at this point in time. Where's my phone? 1 second. Sorry. Like I said, we're doing this. This is raw, uncut. Doing this together. So I have 2 other positions closed, and I'm just gonna let the last one run, and let's see what it ends up doing. But for me, since price was near my main TP and price was like basically, bro, 5 pips away, why would I not secure my positions? Like, it doesn't make sense. And that's why I closed most of my positions and left run running, because I can still get back into this position. If price were to come up and give me another lower high, I'm going to get back in again because I'm already in profit. I already secured profit. My stop loss is in profit. So if price were to give me that lower high, maybe here, I'll enter again. Stop losses will still be above here. And the thing about it is this loss would be covered by this win. So I wouldn't like, in examples, whatever this like profit is right here, if price were to come all the way up here, it's not like I'm going to over leverage and risk the profits that I made from this drop. No, I'm simply just gonna risk a little bit, nothing too crazy, a little bit of it, and then have my stops above there. So if this were to stop me out, I'm still gonna be in the green. So that's not managing this position. Definitely just gonna let it run. Definitely just gonna let it continue to play. Once again, as you can see right here, I still have 1 position running. I don't know if it froze, but yeah, I still have 1 position running right here because, like I said, I could see price potentially dropping a little bit lower. So I'm going to give it the room to fluctuate and, you know, just see how it goes from there. Potentially get out here pretty soon, potentially. So I just wanted to make this the last part of the overall breakdown video right now. And what I'm going to do is have my stops above this resistance range right here, above these highs, because now I can see prices potentially creating a double bottom. And, you know, price could come all the way up even higher to create a lower high. Let me go back to this for a second. But price could, you know, come all the way back up even higher, because this is the lower high right here. This is this lower high right here that formed, and price just dropped. So price could come all the way up here, give me another lower high, and then I can easily just get back in again later on, you know, from that aspect of things. So let's see what this candle does within the next like few minutes. If price does continue to drop, very cool. But if price starts to break above this resistance, like I said, I'm not giving back too much profit. And I'm going to go ahead and close this position, call this one Green Day. So Let's definitely just monitor this position for a second. I'll just keep this up for a second, just cause why not? Just so I can actually close it here if it does do that. But like I said, one thing that I always do is I always put myself in a scenario based thing. I don't like to just guess, or I don't like to close or keep holding based off of how I'm feeling. I like to keep that all, consistent. So I do the same thing over and over and over again, regardless. Like I like to do my best to take emotions out of the equation, even though obviously I'm not perfect. Because especially as you level up, there's always new levels, new devils. There's always new barriers that you got to break through. So I never want to away from those experiences. I always love to, whenever I'm put in those positions, to really put my strategy to the test and trust my strategy. I'll always take it. I never run away from it. Because that's the only way that I'm going to become better. Only way that for me personally, only way that I become more confident in my setups, confident in my trading, confident in like everything, just confident in myself overall in the work that I've been putting in. Because God didn't, bring me this far just to bring me this far. And just like it says right here in Galatians 6, chapter 9, not 6, chapter 9, chapter 6, verse 9, and let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. And it's really as simple as that. If I just have trust, I just have faith in this blessing and this gift that God has given me, then there is no failing. Like the only way for me to fail is for me to quit. If I don't quit, like I'm never gonna fail when it comes to this aspect of things. And then it's another scripture as well, but God talks about it in Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 8. I'll pull it up in a second. Like I said, this is just a raw uncut video. I'm not gonna do too many edits in this one. Just gonna let this video play out. Even like within small little breaks in between. That's why I'm like having a little conversations here and there. But I just want to make this like just raw, just uncut. But where's it at? I think it's chapter 8, verse 18, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he sware unto thy fathers, as it is today. And trading is a blessing. Trading is the power to get wealth, and it's not just wealth. I always say this time, it's not just wealth financially. It's wealth, spiritually, mentally, relationships can be wealth. Because the Bible also says as well, money is a defense, wisdom is a defense. And you just use it as a defense, because when you have this gift of trading, which is literally an unlimited money glitch, like it's literally a cheat code, it's an unlimited money glitch, then you have the power to obtain wealth. And that's everything, like relationship wise, like as a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whatever the case may be. Money isn't an issue. So you don't have to worry about like trying to figure out where you're gonna get your next dollar, or you're gonna try to figure out X, Y, and Z. No, you're not worried about that. You're worried about more important things, like how to actually, because you're not trying to work 24/7 to make X, Y, and Z dollars. You have the money, so it's like you can spend that time growing together, bonding together, doing whatever God needs you to do, raising a family. It's like if you have family, if you have kids, if you want to have 15 kids, but money was always an issue, boom. Now guess what? Now if you want to have 15 kids, money isn't an issue. You can have 15 kids if you want to. If you want to do this, if you want to do that. Like I said, that helps with the relationships, like your health, mental health, because it's like I said, you don't have to stress about trying to, even like overall, because you don't have to put yourself in situations. This is why like I'm so blessed and grateful for trading, because you don't have to put yourself in situations to literally get attacked with these spiritual warfare. Because think about it, it's like most like 9 to 5 jobs, like not everybody is righteous people, just being real. Not everybody's just like real genuine people. So it's like you gotta force yourself to be in a group of hundreds of thousands, wherever people work at. But you have to force yourself to be in these environments around people. So for me, example, from my experience, like delivery driving. So delivery driving, it's like, yeah, you're in your car most of the time, but you're still out in public. You're out here in traffic with people that just do crazy stuff. You go into these restaurants and stuff where it's like gluttony is a real thing. Sin is like gluttony is a real, like one of the deadly sins. Gluttony is a real thing. I've seen people get so upset and so mad over a cookie. But it's like I said, who am I? I'm not here to judge them. But it's like you're putting yourself in these situations when you have to deal with all of these things, deal with all of this negativity and stuff that goes on over foods, the foods that people eat in and stuff. It's just so much that goes on. The impatience of people having to wait in line and getting upset with the workers getting upset with the people, the arguing and all. Obviously, there's nice people in between, but I'm just talking about like the overall. You don't have to put yourself in those environments when you have this power to obtain wealth, such as trading, which is why I can never, give up on this. I can never see myself giving up on this, which is why I, am so focused on it the way that I am, and that's why I focus on like just building that confidence and everything. What else? I don't know. Like I said, I'm just talking right now. So this trade is my breaks above these highs to hit my stop loss at this point in time, and I'm trying to think of just like any other ways, like to get wealth. Like I said, financially, like I said, relationship wise, physical. So it's like boom, like you're not sitting here spending all these hours, on the charts and X ones because you can make a nice trade. Let's say boom, you can get to the point you make a nice trade, like something like a move like this could be like, $20,000 trade. $20,000 is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could just step away from the charts and everything. But it's like now you're not like those sleepless nights when you first started trading, learning every X, Y, and Z, all that. You're not like those sleepless nights and everything, and you actually can go to the gym, go work out, get a good gym membership at a good gym, take care of your health, make sure like eating clean foods. Like you don't have to get the cheap foods, if that makes sense. You don't have to get the cheap foods. You can actually spend money on your health. Like I said, that's just not just like physically, like even maybe going out, traveling, going out, to some nature, going out, doing all these things like that. Go get a massage or all these blessings that come with it. That's what trading gives, and that's why I'm so like passionate about it. And this is why God, put trading in my life, and I know a lot of people's life as well, because I know a lot of people can relate on this. Trading, for me personally, trading was never something that I grew up in. Like, my family wasn't traders. My family actually was against trading. Like, my family, they didn't, like, most of them, they was against trading. But it's like, I grew up in, like, that, typical, like, go to college, get the degree, get the job, X, Y, and Z. If you don't get a degree, then, you're not really going to be nothing. Like, that type of, like, that, go to school, get a degree, stay in school, get a 9 to 5, get that good job, blah 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 blah. Like the retire, save for retire, all that. I grew up in that. So it's like coming into trading, and even when I was in college, nobody in college was when I was in Clemson for that 1 year. Nobody in Clemson was trading. It was all God, because I remember God used my dad to plant the seed, and it was just certain events that played out. So it was like boom. Then all of a sudden, like I'm sitting here locked in on the charts every single day, falling asleep in class because I was sitting there studying in class, like spending more time on the charts because I knew it's like it's so funny how God works. Like I said, I'm just talking to the straight place out, but this is just like a literally raw, uncut video that I'll post. If anybody does make it to this part to listen to it, that's beautiful. If not, then that's perfectly fine. That's cool. But I'll never forget. For me, it's so funny how God works. God gave me exactly what I wanted, but He showed me, something more better, even better. Because ever since I was in middle school, I'll never forget, like 6th, 7th grade, I used to always say I wanted to go to Clemson to be a mechanical engineer. I would always say that over and over and over and over and over again. And God gave me exactly that, years later after I graduated high school. He gave me the opportunity to go to Clemson to be an engineer. And I'll never forget, it was so funny. Because I think we started engineering classes, I want to say the second semester, like around the second semester, like the actual like engineering classes. And I kid you not, it was like the first few days I dropped the class and changed my major. I kid you not. Walked into class, like teacher told us to take out our books. We had like a test or something, like it was like a Monday and we had like a test. Um it was a Monday and we had a test like Wednesday or something like that. For one, I didn't have my book. I wasn't taking school serious. I didn't have my book. So what I'm actually gonna do is just put the stop loss itself right above there, so I don't have to worry about like trying to close and X, Y, and Z. I'll just let it hit my stop loss. So I'll just set the stop loss right there when it comes to that aspect of things, and just easily just go and let it close. But I'll never forget, we walked in class and I seen a gap. I seen a gap of like seeing somebody who's really passionate about this. Because for me, I wanted to be an engineer because I like cars, but I was never that like under the hood type of a guy, if that makes sense. I was never the guy to know the torque and the horsepower and all that. I just just like cars. So that's why I wanted to do engineering. I didn't know it came with all that extra stuff. But I'll never forget. I walked in class, and I didn't have my book. She told us to take out a book. It was like on the board. There's like a bunch of math problems. I didn't even know what not one of them meant. And it was the guy. He was sitting by me. He was like, I could tell he was super intelligent, super smart. It was a big gap difference. And I sat by him, and he was like, "Yo, like, can you can use my book, bro?" He was just so smart answering questions. Like, I know that guy like right now, since obviously it's like years later. I definitely pray that he graduated, got his degree. He has the most amazing engineering job ever, to be honest. But when it comes to that aspect of things, right? Sorry. But he let me use his book. He was answering questions, everything so smart, and I'm like, damn, I don't know what I'm doing. Came in the day, second day, didn't have my book as well. All this stuff was confusing. I'll never forget the third day. I remember walking out of class. The third day, I got back to my dorm, called my advisor. I said, "Yo, hey, yo, drop this class, bro." Like I said, "Yo, drop this class. I'm not doing this no more." He was like, "What you mean? Like this is your major? Like this is your major class? Like what you?" I said, "Just change the major. What do you want to change it to? Business." And at that point in time, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, I didn't know what I was gonna do. And then boom, God put trade in my life. Um, and now we're here. So that's like my like how I it's like it's a little bit more in depth. It's a lot more into it. I'll do like a full story time later. But all that to say, trading wasn't something that I grew up in. Trading wasn't something that I was born with in a family of traders, or I had friends that traded, or I used to watch people that trade. I didn't know what none of that was until God put that in my life. So boom, just got stopped out of the position as well. Beautiful trade. Definitely. What time is it? 7:15. Definitely just gonna let the market do what it wants to do for a little bit. Then I will get back in later on if there's an opportunity. If not, it is what it is. Just call it a day. Um, but yeah, this shows that God put trade in my life. This was not nothing. This wasn't a coincidence. This wasn't like magic. I don't believe in none of that. It's all God. So I'm definitely, like I said, grateful for that. Grateful for this, and I'm just always gonna share my passion for it. Share the testimony, and just continuously flow. But other than that, that is pretty much it for this live trade video. As you can see, let me go to here real quick. No more trades. Ended up stopping me out because, like I said, my stops was right here. Price came and stopped me out. Done. No trades right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully, you all have a blessed day.